Welcome to News Cafe. I'm Mitzi Borromeo. This time of the year has everybody scrambling, worrying about what gifts to give this holiday season. So we thought we'd get some tips and ideas from the experts. We have people from Bungalow 300, a concept store specializing in vintage modern furniture and objects for what they call a gracious manner of living. Tonight, we're joined by Marga Espiritu and Vernice Sonko of Bungalow 300. Good evening, ladies. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So tell us all about this shop. It's such a nice little store. How did you come up with Bungalow 300?
We weren't a shop at first. Our place now is almost 3 years old. We started in 2009 as a pop-up show, where a pop-up show that featured mainly vintage furniture, curated with a few pieces of modern furniture. And for the first 2 years, that was what we were doing. We'd pop up every 6 months for like a 2-week sale in her house. That was her house at first in Alabang. So we'd basically take out all the furniture in the living room and then put everything in. So when
why
people come
furniture?
in,
Why did you guys just had an interest that you would take old furniture and refurbish them?
yeah, it started out, well, we were both really interested in interiors and design. I started out refurbishing antique pieces for my home. And then it reached a point where my husband was saying, really, how many aparadores do you need? Or how many plateres do you need? So you're like, but it's so much fun to, scavenge to search for these things and to refinish and to give it new life. So we said, you know what, I think we can, Vernice, let's do something. Let's collaborate, let's put a show together that will give people an idea of how you can actually use antiques in your home without it looking grandmotherly and, old and sad. Yeah. So putting it in a modern setting.
You also did some pillowcases, upholstery, and you designed them, right?
Yes.
So you have a background in illustration and the arts.
Yes, yeah. It was our second show, and we needed to accessorize to add some softness to the harder pieces. So we couldn't find the prints we wanted. So when we talked about it, we decided, you know what, I'll just design them. So I came up with our first line of pillows, and then it really took off from there. So first it was pillows, and then it moved on to linen sets.
Yeah, that's where the gracious manner of living comes into play. We like having people over, entertaining, and we do so in a very casual way. Bungalow 300 has always had this laid-back look about it. Our spaces always look lived in, and our pieces are, functioning, practical pieces for the home. While they're beautiful and pretty, I mean, we make sure that the pieces we carry are useful for the home and just doesn't add clutter or, or isn't too precious that children can't move in their own homes, you know what I mean?
Okay, we're now on the floor where most of your furniture is. Can you tell us about some of these great pieces here?
So this is the space where you'll find some of our collection of vintage and antique furniture. So you'll see here we have an old 1950s antique platera.
Which you refurbished.
Yes, which we refurbished and which we found and gave it like a new coat of varnish and all that. Our dining chairs are also vintage, newly upholstered. Our beautiful round Nara dining table with a lovely base. I mean, if you look at the legs, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Yeah. That's also like 1940s, around 1940s, refurbished.
This chair you're holding.
This chair we're holding, yeah. This area also has our featured designers as well. This is by Eric Paras.
What's it made of?
It's made of metal, yeah.
Made by a company called Industria.
Yeah.
With Eric Paras.
So that's individually, imagine intricately made, welded together. Yeah. This is a sample of one of the pillows that we showed at Fame, I think this year or last year, which is a luxe line, designed by Vernice as well.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at
okay,
These are
here.
some of the other artists we work with. Stanley Ruiz, we mentioned him earlier.
the clock.
The clock and the mirror, he made it for
a
one of the
pop-up
pop-up shows we had last year. This is another piece by Jinggoy Bonsaceso, his linear bird collection.
Oh, that's a bird.
It's a bird, and it came in different sizes, small, medium, and
this
large.
is for another show, a pop-up show we had last year that had a huge garden. So we said we need an installation here. What do we do? So he made like a whole family of birds in different sizes. Yeah.
How
so
much
that
would
was
something like
whimsical.
that cost?
This one is 18,500.
But the smaller ones that a lot of people got for tabletop accessories, those sold out.
4,500.
Okay.
Yeah. To your right is some of our custom furniture. Our custom furniture tends to be a little more modern because we carry a lot of the vintage stuff, so they're usually a little more streamlined and
Juxtaposes nicely.
Yeah.
With the vintage.
Very
with the
beautiful.
vintage pieces.
So we do consoles, dining chairs, side tables.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the way we usually do it is if we have our vintage chairs, we usually pair it with a more modern table.
Yeah,
so
so
it's
you can
never
mix and
like,
match.
so it's mix and match. It's usually a marble top table and a vintage Nara chair.
Yeah, it goes
so
well
things
together.
shine together better.
Yeah. And you have more of these chairs. This is by which
This
artist
chair
is
over
that?
here is by Stanley Ruiz. He is an industrial designer who was based from New York. And he made this for a big brand also in the
And
States.
he's now based here. He has a workshop here.
And you have some of, what else?
Yeah.
This is also by,
This is by Jinggoy
Yeah.
Bonsaceso. It's form bars that's bent.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's his Nest series.
And the bench over here, you have these cute little benches.
Yeah, these benches are made in Negros by this company called Hacienda Crafts. They're stackable. It's a favorite. A lot of people, get attracted to that usually because of the design.
Yeah.
But funnily enough, that's really not. They use other materials. They make these trees as well, made out of cocoa twigs and
All kinds
all
of
these
home
other
decor.
baskets. Yeah. So
a
they're.
huge bestseller here as well.
Now people can see more of this on your Facebook page. Look for Bungalow 300 on Instagram. I'm with Samantha Morales, a nutritionist dietitian who has come up with a healthy, sweet alternative called Coco Nana. Hi, Sam.
Hi!
Welcome to News Cafe. Tell us all about what Coco Nana stands for.
Coco Nana, Coco means coconuts, Nana means grandma. This is to pay homage to our grandmothers who only use real food ingredients to produce delicious recipes that we're currently enjoying.
Okay, so this is the philosophy behind all your products. So basically you create everything out of coconut.
Yes, coconut-based products.
So tell us about some of these products. you
Okay,
have
so we
here.
have here our raw chocolate, our peanut butter without trans fat. So instead of using the ordinary shortening or the ordinary butter, we use extra virgin coconut oil and then sweetened with cocoa sugar. We also have our gluten-free bread and our cashew butter, our bestseller, and our coconut nectar syrup.
Okay, so the Filipinos are known to have this love for sweets. No, we like everything really sweet. There's sugar and spaghetti.
Yes.
So how would you then create a healthier alternative to our desire for sweet things?
We try to incorporate healthier ingredients, such as if you want something sweet, I try to use the cocoa nectar syrup or maybe cocoa sugar to sweeten for example, the spaghetti or maybe
Juice, no?
Yes,
Like calamansi,
juice. Or maybe if you want to bake some bread or cupcakes, instead of using the honey or syrup, the ordinary syrup, you might want to use our low glycemic
So this
acid.
is why you also came up with this, because your family and your patients, had to
Yes.
really deal with these dietary issues.
Correct.
Yeah. So what about some of the products we have here? Here we
So we also
oil.
have our extra virgin coconut oil. So this is not refined, not bleached, not deodorized. So it's cold pressed. So this is ideal for cooking and baking. It's very rich in lauric acid, which actually helps you protect your immune system.
Yes.
And then there.
And also, there's that nectar again. Instead of using, let's say, for pancakes, you could use that
Yes.
as your...
Yes.
And you're saying instead of honey, because most of the honey we get in the grocery, that's not healthy pala. Why is that? Some of the honey when it goes through the heat process.
Well, if you wish to have honey, make sure you buy the raw ones.
Yeah.
But I guess the better alternative would be the coconut nectar.
Yes, much better for the body. Now for Christmas, great gift ideas. They even come packed Where you've gotten also the cases from Antique?
These are made by women from Antique. And then you may opt to put some Coco Nana goodies inside. So that would be a perfect giveaway this Christmas.
So for a package like this, say, so we have a bottle of peanut butter inside.
Yes.
Maybe add a cocoa nectar. How much would something like this cost?
With a bag, roughly around 350 pesos with a bag.
So what other mixtures can you do for Christmas? What would you suggest to give?
I suggest you put some extra virgin coconut oil because it's a staple at home for cooking, and some coconut sugar, this one.
Okay, and it even comes in the sachet, something you can bring with you wherever you go.
So this one, so we have it in sachets. So if you're thinking of giving this to your loved ones, it's available in 10 pieces in a native container. This is from Bicol. This is about 60 pesos.
Welcome back to News Cafe. We have with us Marga Espiritu and Vernice Sonko of Bungalow 300. All right, ladies, we were just talking about inspiration behind this shop. Where do you get the inspiration and your ideas for Bungalow 300, Vernice?
Well, we like to travel. We like to go out to art shows. We're so lucky now here in the Philippines also that we have so much of that happening now. And then there are a lot of home stores also coming up. So it's nice to get inspiration from the people around you and like that, like the artists we work with.
So many artists, no? So many young artists.
Yes,
I think you just have to constantly expose ourselves, whether through travel or through, even virtually traveling online to find inspiration.
It's amazing that we can do that now.
Yeah, exactly. Constantly feeding yourself, whether it's through magazines, books. The people we
Pinterest,
work
things
with.
like that. That's really
The people we work with also are such creative people, and we've been lucky enough to work with, to be able to witness like the design processes of so many different artists and designers. So just being surrounded by, this group of, designers, I guess parang by osmosis you feel, like you kind of feed off each other's energy. So
there's
it's
so many
exciting.
out there. How do you choose what draws you to a particular object or artist? For example, you go to Manila Fame or all these other art shows and expos. What do you look for?
It really starts out with pieces we're attracted to. And if we find out that it's by a local artist that we can talk to, then we do reach out to those people and talk to them. And we've been really lucky with the people we approach because everyone is open.
Receptive.
Yes, So the people who we started working out with years ago we're still working with them now.
So it just
and
grows,
it's grown.
the roster of the people we collaborate with grows. We're particularly attracted to designers also that have such, strong personalities and perspectives. And
have strong points of view.
Yeah, so that doesn't, change with every show, their style. So, for instance, we have, like I mentioned earlier, Jingoy Banchaseso works with metal. We have someone, Wataru Sakuma, who works with paper. Another person, Leroy,
Stanley Ruiz.
They all work with different things, whether it's resin or wood.
Metal.
And so, and when you have all of them in one space, it just clicks,
It creates a dynamic space.
Yes. Well, what have you seen from your clients or your friends, the people who buy from you over the years? Have the tastes changed? How are Pinoy
I think
tastes
definitely.
evolving?
The tastes for me have become more global now. I mean, I think a lot of it also has to do with, being able to travel, but the internet for me is, a huge proponent of that. Now, even Instagram, you get to get a lot of inspiration from there. So people who are in the know, who go and search for inspiration, like now they're searching, and now they're searching and they're coming and they're more appreciative of our more special pieces. I mean, they also like our grassroots pieces. But
Like, what are these grassroots pieces, for example?
like we have a lot of things from Ilocos, from Bacolod, from Abra, from Davao, and a lot of them are local communities who do weaving, who do printing, who make paper, and people appreciate that now.
So you have this really wide range of things to choose from in the shop.
Yes, yeah.
So how do you make sure to be relevant, to keep up with the changing tastes? I mean, so you're always changing what you have in the shop.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Definitely the crowd is a more discerning crowd. So yeah, that's our market. They're exposed. Either they travel themselves or they search online and they're inspired by global influences. So yes, we do have to keep updating. We noticed that people now appreciate storied pieces, which is always what we showed in every show and in our shop. Things have a story. Sometimes to a point where if we walk you through, oh my gosh, like we get coarse. I mean, our voices get paused like after
a few
show.
hours.
Yeah, because every like this piece, whether let's say this piece over here, it's a 1950s.
Very personal,
cabinet,
Very personal.
made out of Nara, so it's vintage. And then this lamp over here is by so-and-so artist. And this basket over here was woven in, such a so-and-so village using tinalak from,
And I think that's what makes you unique, because you can shop for these pieces in the mall, anywhere else, but you don't know that, so you don't really have this personal touch behind it.
And people tend to want that. I mean, the story that even if you have little in your space, that it's something that's well thought of. It's something that's special.
That's what makes it a home.
Yeah.
Exactly. And they're excited to share that too.
Yes. For you, what do you think the biggest challenges are, difficulties in this field? Because it's also very competitive. What makes it
Of
very
late,
difficult?
yes. Like the past 3 years, past 2-3 years. I mean, so many brands have cropped up. But I think it works to our advantage because we're such a collaborative pair.
So you never kind of bump heads, huh? It's a good team.
If we find someone, let's say, a competitor, quote unquote, that we think is wow, they do great work. We usually don't go head to head with that. In fact, we'll say, come, have a show in our place. Or when we have a pop-up show, provide us with certain pieces so that all our pieces shine together. So yeah, it's more exciting. I think the bigger the pool, the better for us.
And it's more friendly collaboration than competition, I think.
Can you tell us about maybe one example of someone you really enjoyed collaborating with?
Eric.
Yeah, Eric Paras.
Yeah, Eric Paras is, he owns A11 Galleries and FB Harrison in Pasay. And we really admired him. And when we were starting, we approached him. And
it's been like sort of a mentor in the industry ever since.
Yeah, so he provides pieces for us. There are accessories around here that come from him. And the same with us, he carries some of our pieces as well. So that's one example of how we get inspired with other people in the industry.
Yeah. So you keep growing, changing with the times. And do you find that they're getting younger now, or now what is the new crop of artists?
There are a lot of really young like store owners now that are coming up, but then all with very different perspectives. So it's refreshing to see that as well.
Yeah, I don't think there's I think when it comes to the home stores, each has such different personalities, so there's room for everyone, I feel. There are some that do the brights and the quirky and fun, and some that do really rustic, or the French, So I mean, I think there's mutual respect between.
And there are options for people.
Yeah, there are options for people.
All right, well, it's time for another break. When we come back, we'll see those personalities because Marga and Vernice will be showing us some of their favorite things and give us some tips for holiday or other occasion gift giving. I'm back with Samantha Morales of Coco Nana, and she's going to show us how to make a 5-ingredient granola dish. What do we have?
We have the following ingredients: 2 cups of gluten-free oats, 3 tablespoons of peanut butter, our own peanut butter, and then we have half cup of pumpkin seeds, half cup of cashews, and then we have 5 tablespoons of coconut nectar syrup. And then optional would be some raw cacao nibs.
So these are all things that we can actually buy from you. You sell all of these ingredients.
The coconut nectar as well as the peanut butter and the cocoa nibs.
Okay, so it looks very easy. So what do? You just mix everything together.
Exactly.
Basically.
So you have a bowl, mixing bowl. Then try to incorporate everything now. So.
Okay.
Put the gluten-free oats. Have the raw pumpkin seeds. And then the nuts. So use locally grown nuts.
Yes.
Such as the kasui. And then peanut butter.
Okay.
And our coconut nectar syrup. So you may adjust the sweetness according to your liking.
And this will make about 10 bars, no? You'll make enough to do.
10 big granola bars.
So this is just, it's good. It's a good snack, isn't it? Very healthy.
Yes. Very healthy. It's gluten-free.
So it's something you can make from all the products you'll be giving as a gift. You can even include the recipe as an added gift.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. So something else you can give this Christmas or any occasion, really.
Yes.
So if you were to actually give this as a gift, maybe you could, each piece, well, because of the ingredients, they're very, the ingredients aren't always very cheap, so maybe each piece of the granola bar will come up to about...
Roughly about 70 pesos.
Okay.
Maybe. And then, optional would be some cacao.
So this is very fast. You can make this really quickly. All it is...
So if you want to add more cocoa nibs,
Yay. Yes.
you could do so. There you go. Put it inside the inside the freezer for about 1 to 2 hours.
Okay, now to taste the... Very good.
Thank you.
It satisfies my sweet tooth.
Thank you.
Very healthy. So if we want to order, how do people get in touch with you to check out what you have?
You can check out our website, www.coco-nana.com, or you could add us on Facebook, CocoNanaPH, or Instagram, CocoNanaPH, or you could contact us at 0917-830-2442. Just eat healthy, real food.
Exactly. Thank you very much, and thank you to Coco Nana.
Thank you so much.
Good evening, I'm Myrza Sison. Welcome to Hey Kasi, an arts and crafts shop here in Katipunan. So today, I'm going to show you different projects that you can make and give to your friends and family this Christmas. We have here a jewelry dish that you can paint, but it doesn't have to be circle. You can also make other shapes like heart. And then we also have here a shibori shawl that you can also use to wrap your gifts. And then we have here washi jewelry. It's a wooden bangle. And the last one is a handmade paper cut monogram that you can also frame yourself. Now I'm going to show you how to make two of those projects. And the first project is the shibori shawl. And here are the materials that you need: a pail of water, an indigo vat, wooden blocks, rubber bands, and the white sheet of cloth. The pattern we're going to do is a basic accordion. So the first thing you need to do is fold the cloth back and forth like an accordion. Now, get your wooden blocks and place your cloth, the folded cloth, in between the blocks. And use rubber bands to tie them. When you're done, you will get something like this. So make sure that it's really tight because the parts which the blocks and the rubber bands cover will not get dyed. So the more rubber bands that you use, the more white you will see later. When you're done folding and binding your cloth, rinse it with water and make sure that you're wearing gloves before you submerge it in your indigo vat. Just wait for your cloth to dry and you will get something like this. It's a shawl, or you can also make a wrapping cloth for your gifts. If you want to buy the Indigo kit, it's only 1,850. You can get it from Hey Kessie. All the materials that you need are already included, except for the fabric. But if you want to buy the finished product, it's only 300 pesos.
You're watching News Cafe, and we are joined by Marga Espiritu and Vernice Sonko of Bungalow 300. All right, ladies, when we're going shopping, what tips can you give? Because when it comes to the holidays, it's so intimidating. You go to a shop and you don't know what to get. What tips would you give shoppers? How do we shop properly and prepare?
I think the most obvious thing is, of course, start with a list.
Yes.
I, for one, put it in an Excel file so that every year you're not like thinking like, oh, who did I miss last year? Or, you know, you don't end up, yeah, exactly. So I put it in an Excel file, which I update, of course, yearly. And even with the ages, it would help to put the age of kids. Because you remember that you're buying for an 8-year-old and not a 4-year-old, or God forbid, a 16-year-old. Yeah. So you're buying for the right age group. And then from there, I'd suggest, you know, having a general budget. Like for nephews and nieces, close nephews and nieces, what's my budget? Yeah. For neighbors, what's my budget? For teachers and, you know, secretaries or whatnot, you know, other people on your list. Yeah, what's the budget?
Yeah.
And then from there, for me, I mean, you have to target exactly what you want to get. Don't cast such a wide net and just like, you know, get overwhelmed and, you know, what you want to
go
get.
Go with a mission for the day.
Yeah, that's a
mission.
A mission for the day. The day I'm tackling, teachers and classmates.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow or, you know, the next weekend, it's going to be neighbors. And you can also buy online now. So you don't have to go anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, what's convenient with Bungalow 300, for the past 3 years, we've had a gift catalog. So a lot of people get it in their email, they download it, and in the comfort of their home, email, Marga, we want 30, you know, bottles of the liquid soap.
So you can order online.
Yeah,
here.
20 of the candles, and then at least a lot, it checks out a lot on their list.
Now we have here some of your favorite things in the shop. Tell us about some of these items here.
We'll start off with
the jewelry.
The jewelry. This is Stockton Row. We had a recent trunk show here, and we have that occasionally. Aside from the pop-up shows that we ourselves have out, here we have trunk shows where we feature different brands
and different designers.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
this was the most recent. Yeah. Stockton Row is the more casual, everyday line of Nicole Weisenhunt, who's a jewelry designer.
And they range from what price? Maybe minimum.
You know what? They're inexpensive. These earrings are 550 pesos.
Yeah.
So it's your everyday, you know, not too precious but still very pretty.
Yes.
And not costume jewelry that's gonna make you itch, you know. Good.
And then we have fake candles.
And soap.
Yeah, this is made by another friend of ours who makes soap out of, I think it's vegan soap. I'm not sure, it's vegan soap.
And they extract the scents themselves.
Yes. Many different scents. They smell
and this is
really
good. a soy candle. Hand poured soy candle. So this is like it's a special gift for.
And it even comes in its own box.
Yeah,
ready to
really
go.
pretty
How much
packaging.
would that cost, more or less?
This is around 2,000.
For the
It
candles.
ranges
That's for the candle and
500 to 2,000. So 500.
So a pair of soaps
1,700
is
for the candle, and then 2,000 for a set of candle
and the soap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then we have Sea Beauty, Universal Beauty Oils.
Yeah, this is made by Christine Madara. She's a makeup artist who developed this line of moisturizers, basically made out of virgin coconut oil infused with natural essential
And
oils.
it's basically for your body and face, isn't it?
Exactly.
You use it, right?
Yes,
You've tried and tested.
Tried and tested.
We love this. We love this, especially the lavender. Yeah, the lavender will make you sleep well.
And this little set here has all the different.
Yeah, so this is the sampler
It's
set.
like 480, 490, somewhere there.
Yeah.
So you get all four of them.
And that's not just for the ladies. I mean, men can use this too, right?
Our friend's husband uses it, and he's saying, "Oh, his hair is so soft now because he puts it on his hair."
So for the hair too.
Yeah.
You can share with your partner, your husband, whoever.
Exactly.
And
This is so interesting. I like. What is this? Terrarium.
Terrariums by Rabo Samante.
They started out as a hobby of his a couple of years ago. We showed him first in our pop-up show a year and a half ago. But I think now it's like a full-time, he's busy like with
Just making
soil and
terrariums,
plants.
yeah.
Yeah, just making terrariums.
So how do you take care of something like this? Because generally you give someone a plant, they die. But this
Yeah.
is easy.
That's actually quite idiot-proof.
Yeah.
The only way to, sure-ball way to kill a terrarium is to overwater it. So even
keep
Rob,
opening it.
yeah, Rob would tell us, resist the urge to hover. I mean, it thrives on neglect.
It's survival.
Great.
Yeah. So even a month, like sometimes you have to spray it just a month and a half
Like
apart.
3 months, he said.
So the point is you should close it, then the condensation kind of just keeps
Yes.
it.
For as long as there's moisture, you're fine.
It's its own ecosystem.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
needs to survive on its own.
So these are great gifts for families, for a couple.
Yeah.
Right? You have one, Marga. How has
I
it
have a
lived
couple.
for?
I have a
How
couple
long
of
have they
them.
lasted for you?
I'm like, trying to, okay, don't bother it, just look, okay, don't touch it.
And it's
Yeah.
just, it's easy. No?
Yeah, you have to like figure out, it has to be in a semi-bright area, but not like in direct sunlight. And yeah, resist the urge to overwater.
And it's pretty. It's bringing the outside in.
All right. Well, wonderful tips there. We'll take a break right now. When we come back, Bernice and Margo will give us some tips on holiday gift giving.
And now our next project is the washi wooden bangle. And here are the tools and materials that you need. Scissors, plain wooden bangle, sandpaper, Hey Cassie washi tapes, and then the last one is the Mod Podge or the sealant. Alright, the first thing you need to do is polish your wooden bangle. Make sure that there are no rough edges. When it's clean already, get your washi tapes. Since it's Christmas, we're going to use a polka dot. Cover the wooden bangle in any way you want. So when you're happy with your design, get your sealant. It's better if you use a foam to apply it. And then just wait for 5 minutes for it to dry. And there you have it. This Christmas, it's better if you give handmade gifts because they're more unique and affordable. You can get all the materials that you need here at Hey Cassie. Just visit us at 71B Esteban Abada Street, or you can also order online. Just go to heycassie.com. And we also hold craft workshops, so you can see the schedule on our website or on our Facebook page. Thank you.
You can make this Christmas a green one with these fresh and healthy gift ideas from Lotus Pod. Lotus Pod is an organic farm in Bae, Laguna that grows fruits, herbs, and vegetables without the use of artificial fertilizer. Spread some green love this Christmas with an herb trio, a dolled-up package with potted basil, mint, and tarragon, or a basket of tree-ripened calamansi or salted duck eggs. Fond of giving flowers during the holidays? Well, how about a lettuce bouquet instead? Arugula, romaine, and salad greens all in one bundle. For more green gift ideas from Lotus Pod, check out lotuspodph.com. This is News Cafe, and we're at the gorgeous concept store Bungalow 300 with the owners Marga Espiritu and Vernice Sonco. So girls, you're going to give us some tips on holiday gift giving. What do we have here?
Okay, we have here a spread of gifts for different people on your Christmas list.
Yeah, we have everything from kids,
Yes.
friends, family, adults.
Exactly.
Yeah.
On this side, I will start with our own Bungalow 300 brand of products. So we have the coconut wax candles with different scents from floral, usually local floral scents. So there's some
I love the smell.
patitas,
Yeah,
calachuchi.
So this is something you just created recently? Is it?
This is, just a few months, or a year old, yeah. And then our room and linen spray and the room diffuser.
Yes, okay.
That comes with its own packaging. So this one isn't like usually an easy Yeah, a pretty easy
No need to
gift.
wrap it up. Basically, it's ready to go.
Exactly. And then
So this is the case for the candle.
yeah, it's in a
It's a canvas
it's in a
case.
pouch.
And what is this cute little chopping board? That's also for, you can give that as a gift.
Yeah, you could give this
also.
as a gift. This comes from a tree farm in Pangasinan, so it's a sustainable,
Yeah.
sustainably sourced.
Yeah.
A tree farm ran by a family that planted in 60 hectares of land 20 years ago and just started harvesting this year.
Great gift
So,
idea. Not only can you use it for food, but as decor.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah,
shopping
exactly,
thing.
to lift things.
And we have these gift wrappers. They're 95 pesos a piece.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So that's, these are all local, no?
All
Made
local,
locally.
all hand. Well, a lot of them are handmade. That one's handmade, hand printed.
It's from Davao
From Davao.
and made of banana fiber.
Wow.
So
very
interesting,
pretty.
yeah.
So it's okay. Like you can give it as a gift for people who are preparing already for Christmas. Or you can use it for wrapper also, but they can also be used as wall decor. You can frame them.
So how much would something like that cost?
95 pesos.
Per
roll, just per roll.
Okay.
And what do we have? We have these liquid soaps.
Oh, I like these. I like, they're in old recycled
Yes,
bottles.
Yeah,
bottles.
Ginebra.
They're a bestseller. So
This
That
is
is
made by the
Ritual.
Ritual Shop. Yeah, the Ritual Shop. Everything here is biodegradable and all natural.
So these come in different
So-
scents, right?
Yes, that's right.
And this is, you can give it as is. No need to wrap it.
Exactly. We just put a ribbon, yeah.
Or, and then reuse it. When the soap disappears, just refill. No?
Correct.
How much
yeah.
would, so these come in different sizes, no? How much? do
Two
they-
this
sizes.
is 165, and then the larger one is 250. So you can
Okay.
give it
So
on its own
inexpensive.
or as a set.
I
as a
remember I
pair.
bought some from you before. I love these. I love them. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
With the
You want to do
rice.
this? This one is from two provinces. The rice basket, which is like a Japanese style rice basket.
Love it.
For storing specialty rice,
Yeah.
is from Legazpi.
Okay.
And the rice is a heritage organic rice from Kalinga Apayao.
Okay.
And it's called champurrado rice because you just cook it with water and add a little muscovado and it tastes like champurrado without adding
So good. So
chocolate.
it's for the health conscious.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's zero chocolate, but it tastes
Very
like
healthy.
yeah,
Okay, so it has a
champurrado.
sweetness to it.
Yeah, very nice, nutty, sweet.
And this is the nice little
And
touch
this is
to it.
the packaging. We like to do this in bungalow where the packaging is already part of the gift.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
so
so-
how much would this, with the wrapping, how much would it cost?
This one is at 750 pesos.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes, I mean, some people like just want the rice, some people just want the packaging.
Yeah.
So, well, you get both.
Get it all here at Bungalow
Yeah.
300. All
We
right,
have,
what else?
this one's 300 pesos. It's an island
Fine bone
wood,
china.
and it comes with a candle.
Ah, that's gorgeous.
Yeah, because we make, I don't know if people are aware that we make fine bone china.
In the Philippines.
Yeah, in the Philippines.
Yeah, I never knew that.
Yeah,
Wow.
we do.
Okay.
And then what do
So
we
for
have?
the kids now.
Yeah, for the kids.
These are great. These are do-it-yourself kits. So it encourages the kids to, get crafty. So we have these dolls that you sew up, and inside the kit, it comes already with all the materials.
Oh,
So
okay.
it even has the stuffing, it has this one, the screen
You
printed
cut, yeah, you
doll.
cut the,
You cut it and then the needle and the thread for these guys.
Oh,
And
okay.
then for this one, we have these arigato. They're wood toys that make you paint.
Ah, so
Comes
it's
with
like, in a
set,
way, you
yeah.
create your own
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
toy.
your own design. So it comes with the wood piece and then a paintbrush and paint.
Mhm. So how much would these run for?
This is 275 and these
This
are
is 350.
350.
And this also you can give like that, no?
And this
No
one for the little boys, the rope
The
boy.
rope.
the kids
Robot.
love this.
Yeah.
If we have stuff here for the store for the kids, it's usually like a DIY
Yeah. good.
thing.
Kind
And
of
obviously,
stimulate
yeah.
creativity.
Yes.
And
So,
over here now.
for the teens,
Yeah,
and
this
the
is for the
tweens.
teens and tweens. So this is made by a company called Teho, and they, the women who make this are underprivileged women. So Teho supports
Yeah,
the
it's a
community.
livelihood program.
It's a livelihood program. And this ranges from around like 200 plus to around 500, depending on the intricacy of
strand,
the design,
yeah.
number of
Ah,
strands.
yeah. And there's some beads I see on some
Yes,
of them. huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
some of them have beads. They're really cute. They're great gifts for the teens.
Oh, yeah.
These ones are for the boys. The gifts we have
Oh,
for the
that's always
boys.
hard to get for the boys. Yeah.
So this set is so cheap. It's 350 pesos.
By
And
Messy
it's-
Bessie.
By Messy Bessie. It's a face and body wash and then an active spray.
Yeah.
It smells
Okay.
really good. And then we have the leather goods by
Rubber Tree.
Rubber Tree. It's a husband and wife team, and they design, hand cut, and hand sew the leather.
Yeah. That's really for pens, is it?
It's really for
Yeah.
pens. It's called
Oh.
the pen hoarder. So
Okay.
you slip the pen inside and then roll it up and put it in your bag. So people who love pens and artists.
So
Yeah.
clever.
And
Love
then
it.
they have these beautiful leather wallets.
Yeah.
The frontman built for.
How much would those run for?
So that's for the special man in your life. That's around 2,000 plus.
Ah, okay. All handmade, I suppose.
All
Yeah.
handmade, hand
Yeah.
cut, hand stitched.
Yeah. Now the great thing about all these, it's not just for Christmas, huh? So generally you can give them all year round.
Yes, that's right. A lot
Yeah.
of people come downstairs for at the shop for panicking. Wedding gifts. We need like something special for a wedding or a hostess gift to
Yeah.
give.
And-
So and they'll definitely find something that's well curated and well thought of. The pieces that we bring and the brands that we carry are special. So they're never gonna come
Yes.
off giving a gift that's not gonna be appreciated. At least we
Exactly.
hope.
And there's so much more in the shop that we haven't been able to show everyone. So you do have a Facebook page. So just look for Bungalow 300.
And on
Where else?
Instagram as well.
Yeah, and of course, Marga has a blog, right?
Oh, no!
Always Saturday. Look for always, but great stuff
Yeah.
also because it shows your interest in all of this. So
Yeah.
thank you so much, ladies, for helping us with some tips.
You're
Bernice and
welcome.
Marga,
Yeah.
thanks so much for being on the show. And
Our
also
pleasure.
thank you to the other ladies who helped us out today, Mansi Abesamis of Hey Kessie and Samantha Morales of Coco Nana. Well, that's it for News Cafe today. Thanks for watching. See you again next week. I'm Mitzi Borromeo. Good night.
Ngayon at kailanman, sumpa ko'y ibigin ka. Ngayon at kailanman, hindi ka na mag-iisa. Ngayon at kailanman, sa hirap o ginhawa ba, asahang may kasama ka, sinta. Naroon ako tuwi na maaasahan mo, tuwi na ngayon at kailanman. Sa bawat araw ang pag-ibig ko sa'yo liyak, lalong tumatamis, tumitingkad. Bawat kahapon may daig, nitong bawat ngayon, nagaig lang bawat bukas.
What I think we can, Vernice, let's do something. Let's collaborate. Let's put a show together that will give people an idea of how you can actually use antiques in your home without it looking grandmotherly and old and sad. So putting it in a modern setting.
You also did some pillowcases, upholstery, and you designed them, right, Bernice?
Yes.
So you have a
Yes.
background in illustration and the arts.
Yes, yeah. It was our second show, and we needed to accessorize to add some softness to the harder pieces. So we couldn't find the prints we wanted. So when we talked about it, we decided, you know what, I'll just design them. So I came up with our first line of pillows, and then it really took off from there. So first it was pillows, and then it moved on to linen sets.
Yeah, that's where the gracious manner of living comes into play. We like having people over, entertaining, and we do so in a very casual way. Bungalow 300 has always had this laid-back look about it. Our spaces always look lived in, and our pieces are, functioning, practical pieces for the home. While they're beautiful and pretty, I mean, we make sure that the pieces we carry are useful for the home and just doesn't add clutter or, or isn't too precious that children can't move in their own homes, you know what I mean?
Okay, we're now on the floor where most of your furniture is. Can you tell us about some of these great pieces here?
So this is the space where you'll find some of our collection of vintage and antique furniture. So you'll see here we have an old 1950s antique platera.
Which you refurbished.
Yes, which we refurbished and which we found and gave it like a new coat of varnish and all that. It's 3 years old. We started in 2009 as a pop-up show. Where a pop-up show that featured mainly vintage furniture, curated with a few pieces of modern furniture. And for the first 2 years, that was what we were doing. We'd pop up every 6 months for like a 2-week sale in her house. What started out was her house at first in Alabang. So we'd basically take out all the furniture in the living room and then put everything in. So when
why
people come
furniture?
in,
Why did you guys just had an interest that you would take old furniture and refurbish them?
Yeah, it started out, well, we were both really interested in interiors and design. I started out refurbishing antique pieces for my home. And then it reached a point where my husband was saying, really, how many aparadors do you need or how many plateras do you need? So you're like, but it's so much fun to, scavenge to search for these things and to refinish and to give it new life. So we said,
Welcome to News Cafe. I'm Mitzi Borromeo. This time of the year has everybody scrambling, worrying about what gifts to give this holiday season. So we thought we'd get some tips and ideas from the experts. We have people from Bungalow 300, a concept store specializing in vintage modern furniture and objects for what they call a gracious manner of living. Tonight, we're joined by Marga Espiritu and Vernice Songco of Bungalow 300. Good evening, ladies. Welcome to the show.
thank you.
So tell us all about this shop. It's such a nice little store. How did you come up with Bungalow 300?
We weren't a shop at first. Our place now is closed almost. Our dining chairs are also vintage, newly upholstered. Our beautiful round Nara dining table with a lovely base. I mean, if you look at the legs, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Yeah. That's also like 1940s, around 1940s, refurbished.
This chair you're holding.
This chair we're holding, this area also has our featured designers as well. This is by Eric Paras.
What's it made of?
It's made of metal, yeah.
Made by a company called Industria.
Yeah.
With Eric Paras.
So that's individually, imagine intricately made, welded together. Yeah. This is a sample of one of the pillows that we showed at Fame, I think this year or last year, which is a luxe line, designed by Vernice as well.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at the
okay,
These are
here.
some of the other artists we work with. Stanley Ruiz, we mentioned him earlier.
The clock.
The clock and the mirror, he made it for
a
one of the
pop-up show.
pop-up shows.